morning, Bill Thompson. I'm standing outside the Downing Centre Court in central Sydney on Monday the 4th of March. I'm working without a script, so it's entirely possible that I'll fumble some of this. I have flown up to Sydney to attend a court matter that was scheduled for this morning. It turns out that there are suppression orders or a suppression order in relation to reporting the matter that I was interested in. I can only say that I went into the courtroom. In the time I was in there, there were about 25 matters dealt with by the judge, all of which were referred to other courts or adjourned to later dates. When the court came to order at about 9:30 this morning, there were the courtroom was absolutely packed with learned friends. I counted in excess of 20 people wearing wigs and gowns, and plus instructing solicitors. I would estimate there were 50 legal advisors in the court. As I said, virtually all of the matters were adjourned to a later date. The matter that I was particularly interested in was transferred to another court, and I went and heard discussion on how things would progress. There was a complicating issue in relation to the trial's proceeding, and my understanding is that the matters have been adjourned until next Monday. I further understand that the suppression orders may be lifted in terms of publishing the nature of the alleged offences and the name of the charged individual. Stand by for further news on that. It's probably unlikely that I'll have a chance to get back up to Sydney next week, but I'll take a keen interest in any reporting that comes out. Now, when I arrived at the court this morning, I did ask some TV cameramen who happened to be standing outside what it was that they were interested in reporting on this morning, and they referred me to a media report. Well-known magistrate Graham Curran has made his first appearance at court since being charged with historic child sex offences. Curran, 67, appeared at Downing Centre Local Court with his lawyer Howard Harrison, where he did not enter a plea to 9 counts of indecent assault on a boy in the 1980s. There seems to be a lot of this sort of stuff in the news lately. I recently attended the county court in Melbourne. The media's paying attention. I recently attended outside the county court in Melbourne in relation to the hearings on the Pell matter, and our ABC was amongst the media throng who were there, and perhaps I'll have more to say on that at a later date. This is the second time in a few weeks that I've attended the Downing Centre Court. I came up here a few weeks ago because a former work colleague of mine, when I worked at the ATO, the Australian Tax Office, was before the court. Mr. Michael Cranston was facing a couple of charges in relation to his actions when he was a Deputy Commissioner of the ATO. I subsequently read reports that he was acquitted of the charges. So good luck to Michael. I also came to Sydney at my own expense again in 2012, following publicity in relation to what is Australia's largest superannuation fraud, the Trio Capital scandal. I made a submission to the Parliamentary Joint Committee that looked at the Trio Capital fiasco. I made a submission about what I regarded were some egregious failures by government oversight agencies and compliance agencies like the ATO and APRA and ASIC that had failed to protect thousands of investors in Trio Capital and associated funds from offshore thieves and scammers who had taken over an Australian, an Albury-based company that had an Australian financial services licence and used it to fleece thousands of Australians of $175 million of superannuation investment, and they sent the money to offshore tax havens, never to be recovered. When I read the Parliamentary Committee's report, which didn't include the submission that I made, there were a number of names of people who had made submissions who had lost money, and I was able to contact some of them. Many of them were on the New South Wales south coast in Wollongong, and I referred the information that I had assembled as a private citizen to them, and they were very interested in it. And they invited me to attend a meeting that they had arranged with Bill Shorten, who was then the Assistant Treasurer and Minister for Superannuation, Greg Medcraft of ASIC, and a guy named Ross Jones, who represented APRA today. And I flew to Sydney and attended the meeting on the 5th of July 2012, and I briefed Shorten, Medcraft and Jones on public information that suggested oversight agency failures, and asked a series of questions that I think would have been useful in revealing the shortcomings of government agencies. And Shorten never got back to me, Medcraft never got back to me, nor did Jones get back to me. So the banks go to a lot of trouble and expense to send details of financial transactions to AUSTRAC, including offshore fund transfers. And there was big publicity last year or the year before because the Commonwealth Bank had failed to report thousands of cash transactions to AUSTRAC. Well, my question is, what's the point of the bloody bank sending the information to AUSTRAC if the oversight agencies don't look at the bloody stuff? And Shorten and Medcraft and Jones, from my experience, given that nobody ever bothered to get back to me for clarification on anything, I can only assume that they did sweet FA. So there we have it. Bill Thompson for Outside the Downing Centre Court.